Welcome back to Roughneck RC, and good evening to all you RC enthusiasts and addicts out there. Today is going to be something a little different. Sort of a tutorial, but not really. We're going to talk shocks. And specifically, this is a stock Traxxas shock off my Emax. Now, it is okay for a stock shock, but doesn't do the trick for my needs. Been launching this thing 20 feet in the air. It's been bottoming out. So this is a poor man's upgrade for shocks. So basically, I want to show you how we can go from this to this one's a little. If you can see that, to this for about $10. It's a $10 upgrade to your shocks, which is a lot cheaper than going out and spending $80 to put all new shocks on there. It costs you $10 in materials to make it like that. Once again, this is the stock shock. This is the upgraded shock. So what I did was I went to my local hardware store and I brought a spring for all my shocks. And I went there and I went and bought springs from a hardware store versus going to the RC shop and buying their springs, which cost more and weren't as strong as what I needed. So I got like 3 of these to do my whole entire Emax truck, to beef it up. Now you don't have to change your oil weight. I know some people say, well, you can change your oil weight and make it tough. Not as tough as these springs are. This is the stock one. I brought it in, I looked in the drawers, I matched up the diameter, and I got them longer. That way I can cut them and it won't cost me as much as buying the ones that are already pre-cut. So, I have already cut them. As you can see. Well, here's the difference. Stock spring. This is the spring I got from the hardware store. Big difference. Once again, here's the stock spring. The spring I got from the hardware store. Like that. And it flew off to Neverland. No problem. I have it pre-cut, remember? But my point is that these springs that come with Traxxas Emax and pretty much all your standard stock springs, they're very weak. The ones you can upgrade to, if you didn't want to upgrade the whole shock and just upgrade springs, they have them, but they're still a lot weaker than what I need, and they're still a lot more money. I spent $10 at my local hardware store to get springs to go all the way around my Emax. Now, that's 8 springs I'm replacing for $10. So it's a lot cheaper, plus I'm getting a lot more durable product, and the springs I'm using are twice as strong as anything you can buy out there. There's probably about the same strength as my 5th scale springs on my 5th scale stuff. So without going and buying new shocks, new shock towers and stuff, just replacing your springs, you can so easily improve your suspension for your bashing needs. So I put 2 of the shocks on in the front. I haven't done all the shocks, but just so you can see, I put one here and one here. I haven't done the other 2 yet for the front, and I haven't done the rear yet. I want my viewers and all you enthusiasts to see the difference that this makes, because it just blew my mind. I knew it was stronger, but there's going to be a huge difference for bashing. Here's the original shock setup in the back. See this? Show you the action. You see that? My new shocks for a $10 upgrade. See the difference? As soon as I let go, it's popping back up. I don't even think I can fully compress this down. If I can, boom. Once again, here's the rear. It didn't even come all the way up. Back to the front with the upgrade. Can't even get it all the way down. I'm pushing all the way to the table. Front, I can't even compress that far. And that's just with the front 2 done. I still got 2 more in the front to change out and 4 in the back. So as you can see, for $10 it makes a dramatic improvement in your suspension. Once again, this is for jumping and bashing. I wouldn't recommend doing this if you plan on racing it, because this is going to stiffen the truck completely up, which probably would affect you guys who want to race and drive it around corners and do all that. It won't handle quite the same. But for doing 20-foot jumps and stuff, this is the setup you guys want to have. Now granted, this is strictly for you'd want softer shocks if you're racing, but this is for bashing, jumping, flipping, so I'm not bottoming out my Emax every single time, which is causing more damage. Then I have to go and repair all that damage. So, without further ado, I'm going to show you me putting one of these together, which you all should know how to put shocks together, but this is just a very quick thing for people who don't know how. If you don't feel like cutting springs, just make sure you find the ones the right length, because these are very, very, very durable. So, it's very simple. It's the old shock. Pull the spring back, pull this out, take the spring off. Pretty useless. I hang on to them. I have a bunch of different shock parts. The new and improved spring. Slide that up and on. Now here's the tough part. Once again, these springs are so much more stronger than the other ones that you kind of have to fight it. To get it together. Once you do, you got a mega shock. A lot of you are like, well, you should do that with aluminum ones. Right, I should. But this is about being on a very, very tight budget right after the holidays, and how you can do it for a very limited amount of money to improve your RC. Ta-da! Some high quality strength right there. You know? Pretty badass. Once again, you know, we're replacing these stock springs with a hardware store spring. That's about, well, I don't even know how much more toughness in there, but it's a lot tougher once you get it all together than what came on the truck. So, for all you bashers out there, easy fix, $10. You buy a few of these, cut them up, or you can buy them already cut. Cut them up to the length of this, make sure the diameter is right. Then here you go. Nice and easy. So, these are the two I've done so far. I'm not going to go through the whole truck with you guys on camera. You all are familiar with my Emacs. You're all familiar with the stuff I do to it. This is going to be just one more upgrade to see how it handles with the new shocks in my hardcore bashing. I am eventually going to go all aluminum on these. I am planning on doing a bulletproof Emacs tutorial in the spring. I'm still in the process of getting parts for that. We're also here at Roughneck RC. We're planning on getting another 5th scale vehicle added to our fleet. So, which would be the Desert Buggy from Lossy 5T. Well, from Lossy, it ain't from 5T. But I have the 5T and I have the HPI. Now I'm going to have the Lossy Desert Buggy. Which, hopefully, that's another truck that we'll add to our fleet, probably in another month or so. And we're looking about February to get it, pick it up. Maybe before then, but in January it gets really cold, so I won't be doing much filming. So I'll still try to get something up, but it probably won't be as, you know, it'll probably be like 1 or 2 videos a month versus 2 or 3 a week, which I have been doing lately. Just so all my viewers will know that, you know, we're going to slow down the filming a little bit. My work schedule is going to be pretty hectic too, so that's going to also interfere with how much filming I can get done. But we're still going to bring you the projects, the big builds, you know, the stuff you guys want to see, the hardcore bashing, and maybe some new stuff, you know. And I'm trying to get my cousin back into the hobby, so if he decides to get back in the hobby, I mean, Jessica had a newborn baby and stuff, so I don't know, but if he decides to, some new faces around Roughneck RC too. But for tonight, once again, this is Michael Payne signing off for Roughneck RC.